Hello, and welcome to Side by Side with Gabi. I am Gabriela Frois, and this is my opportunity to introduce you to some of the teacher educators I know and respect. Today I'm talking to Guilherme Louzada, who happens to be a specialist in syllabus design. He will be sharing a bit of how teachers can create effective syllabuses to simplify their daily work and improve lesson planning. So let's get started. Guilherme, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
So to start, can you please introduce yourself and share a bit about your background and particularly your journey into helping teachers simplify their work through your business?
Yes, of course. Well, my name is Guilherme Louzada. I'm 34 years old and I hold a PhD in American literature. I've been teaching English since 2011 with experience in schools such as Cefet in Minas Gerais. Currently, I run my own school and business, Two Teachers Hub, together with my wife, Dani, who's also an English teacher. I teach online classes, both one-to-one and also in groups, and I create resources for English teachers, such as syllabi and also study plans. Initially, my goal was to teach students, but in 2023, last year, after joining some groups on WhatsApp and participating in different discussions, I noticed a shared need for well-structured syllabi that align with the CEFR levels. That really inspired me to read more about it. And also, I thought how I could help those teachers.
This is amazing. And you have surely been helping a lot of teachers. I know lots of teachers who have been using the material you create. And the word is always very good in relation to the materials they have been using and that they have been learning how to use because of your organizational skills when it comes to the CEFR.
Yeah.
So we already kind of know what inspired you to start.
Mhm.
So how do you think this can help teachers manage their workload in general?
Hmm. First of all, I must say that I realized my own need for a structured syllabi because, Gabriela, well, I hadn't fully realized this lack in the LT community, but because of the many websites and platforms we have on the internet with ready-made lesson plans, and we have ESL Brains, Fluentize, Ellie, along with Brazilian options like We Help You Teacher and Creativity for Teachers, I thought it was really complex and difficult to manage and organize those lessons. So I thought that I could help myself first, and I could also help teachers by selecting those materials and why not creating then their own materials and selecting activities that are available on the internet. So I saw how those teachers could benefit from the syllabi I was creating, not only by simplifying their work when selecting and creating materials and lessons for their students, but also by showing the importance of having a structured course. And
This is amazing.
I
Mhm.
was I was thinking, and I really believe that it's possible to say that the syllabi that I created answer a common question. What should be taught at each level in an organized and progressive and why not organic way?
This is brilliant. And I love what you said about, and I think this is a mark of a teacher educator when we notice something that we ourselves need to improve. We work on that, we develop that in ourselves, and usually we do that in scattered ways. When I was talking to Mileni about the IELTS, she mentioned something very similar. I noticed a gap. I studied by collecting a handful of sources,
Mhm.
but now I want to pass it on in a more organized way. And I want people to have access to what I didn't have.
Exactly. It's what I do. You know, I use my syllabi with my own students, and I
Mhm,
use my study plans with my students as well.
mhm.
So I wouldn't sell something that I personally don't use myself,
And
right?
don't believe in, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's great. So I think my next question was to about how teachers can benefit from using a well-structured syllabus. I think we kind of have answered that already.
Mhm.
But could you tell me a little bit about the impact it has on the students?
Yes, totally. So I would like to start talking about course books. So they
Okay.
already include a pre-organized syllabus. And in terms of platforms with ready-made lesson plans, they kind of don't. And websites, we have many websites on the internet with different kinds of activities. They are usually graded, leveled, but I do not think they are systematically organized. So by creating my syllabus packs and my well as well my study plans, I thought that I could help my students study in an organized way. What can they do, for example, at home when they have activities such as the ones that, well, Dani and I organized in our study plans. But we also have to consider the teacher's perspective. With a well-structured syllabus, teachers can be more confident, of course,
Mhm.
and more focused when choosing lessons and activities from those many platforms on the internet. And by doing that, by selecting or creating activities, they will benefit their own students by helping them reach their goals. Since the content, I believe the content the students will receive was previously and carefully organized rather than chosen randomly.
This is amazing. Yes. I've looked at the syllabuses and I've used them with one of my groups, and I can tell you, if you're watching, that it's well worth your money, and you should consider at least look into the samples Guilherme offers in his Instagram page.
Mhm.
Two Teachers Hub, right?
Yeah, that's it.
To Teachers Hub. And Guilherme, let's talk a little bit about the workshop we're going to
Okay.
offer to teachers uh, on our platform. What
Mhm.
can teachers expect to learn in this workshop on syllabuses?
Well, in my upcoming workshop on syllabi, and I was thinking about the title, and I believe that I'm not gonna simply teach how we can create an organized syllabus, a well-structured syllabus, but I also want give those teachers the necessary tools to select activities. Well, we have many free activities on the internet. They do not have to pay for that, but they also, well, sometimes lots of teachers uh, have some platforms.
That they
I
decide to adopt instead of course books, right?
exactly, and then by
Mhm.
creating their own activities or by selecting those activities on websites, I believe that we have to critically organize those selecting those activities and lessons, but also critically think what our students really need, what they don't, and how can we can organize a lesson plan before delivering it, and how we
Mhm.
can, well, choose what to teach our students. What do they really need?
That's great. That's great. Guilherme, thank you so much for joining us. This was Side by Side with Gabi. I hope we have many viewers in our workshop, and I hope we can help many teachers with the work we have been preparing.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
And thank you for watching. I hope you found this conversation with Guilherme insightful and that it gave you some ideas to take into your own teaching practice. If you would like to learn more, be sure to check out Guilherme's workshop on syllabus design. I would not miss it if I were you. Don't forget to follow me here and on my platform for more conversations like this one, and see you next time.
Bye.